Hey, this is JC and welcome to Small Brick City. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build my giant micro-scale Voltron, which is part of my Super Combo LEGO Store MOC. It's called the Giant Micro-Scale Voltron because it's giant in scale to the minifigs, but micro-scale to us. Here are 3 reasons why this is the best micro-scale Voltron you'll find online. Reason number 1, the proportion is right. From the torso to the head to the legs and the arms and the thickness of the overall build. Reason number 2, the parts can articulate. The arms can move, the legs can move, and the head can also turn. Reason number 3, this Voltron does not break apart. So those are the 2 reasons this is the best micro-scale Voltron online. And here are the parts you need to build it. Let's start with the legs. Both legs are virtually identical. Now you can build them identical if you want, except change up the colors, but I did change some small parts around a bit just to make it more varied, because technically each leg is different in the actual build, but it's entirely up to you. Just use this as a guide or a base. Let's start with the top of the leg. You need 2 of these 1x1 modified tiles with clips, 2 1x1 plates, 2 headlight bricks 1x1 in grey, light grey, 2 different colored 1x1 tiles. Now these are yellow and blue. Again, this follows the actual Voltron leg. 2 round studs, 2 modified plates which have these tooth or claw pieces at a right angle, 2 modified bricks, again following the blue and yellow colors. In this case I use a 1 stud round tile, and here I used a 1 stud round stud, but you can use both tiles and studs if you want. And finally, for the legs, you need these modified plates with clips, and these are the side clips, and these act as the teeth of the tigers. So to build the legs, it's very simple. We'll just start from the bottom, and that's how I designed it. So there goes the foot, that's kind of the shin, that's the gear on the side. This claw piece goes here, the modified plate, or modified brick rather, followed by the tile piece. Now this stud here goes behind, covering the whole of the modified brick. This is not essential to the build. I placed it here just to give it a bit of a mechanical design and just to cover up the hole. The plate, and then the clip tile, just like that, and there you have the left leg. The other leg follows the exact same build. Now here I used a tile piece, but you can use a stud if you want. I just wanted to change things up a bit. Here I used this golden claw piece. Now this isn't technically accurate, it shouldn't be gold. If I had a choice, I would use light grey or dark grey, which I didn't have. But it still works. So if you have a light grey, that works perfectly fine. For the upper leg, builds the same way, and finishing it off with the plate and the clip towel. And those are the 2 legs. The torso did take some time to design to get the right proportion with kind of a V-shaped body and still look mechanical and get the colors right at the same time. But I think I got it. And these are the parts you need. You need this bar element, which is a 4 stud long bar element, a modified bracket with studs on the outside and on the underside in red. This stud piece with a hole, a 1x2 black plate, a 2x2 dark grey plate, 2 black headlight modified bricks, a modified bar element, or this is a modified plate with open-ended bars, 2 jumper plates, 1x2, one in red and one in white, this kind of a curved tile piece, and a modified plate with a claw which is straight down. Unlike the leg which was 90 degrees, this is just straight down. To build, let's start off with kind of the back. So you put the 1x2 plate underneath the 2x2 plate, place the modified plates with bar in front. This is kind of the abs, and you're going to use a snot technique, snot as in S-N-O-T, stud snot on top, because it's placed on the side like that. This goes over here. This is the chest plate, and this modified plate with a claw goes down, and this is the chest piece. This bracket piece goes over like that. That's later on for you to mount the head. This has no real function, it's more of a design element. You can choose to have this or you can leave it out. Now notice the two holes for the modified headlight bricks. That's where you take the bar element and you're going to place it all the way through, and this forms the axle or the support bar for the arms later on. And that's the torso. The arms of the Voltron are virtually identical as well. You need two of these quarter circle tile pieces, two modified bricks. Now, if I had the bricks, I would prefer a modified brick with studs on all four sides and the top. And I'll explain why in just a bit. In this case, I have one regular modified brick with just a single stud, and over here I have two studs. And that's because these are the parts I had. And I'll explain what I'll do if I have the other parts. Two cone bricks, these are just cone round bricks, two round studs with holes in the center, and two of these bar with claw end elements. To build, it's very simple. This stud is going to be the axis or the socket that goes into the bar for the torso. So this curved tile piece acts as kind of an epaulette or just a shoulder pad. Next you place the cone piece followed by the round stud with a hole. Now you need this particular design just due to the direction the studs are going, so the hole allows you to place this bar element in with the claw to act as the arm. So that's one arm. For the other arm, it's exactly the same, but because I have an extra stud on the outside, I can add an extra layer of tile. So that gives it a bit of bulk. The cone piece goes there, the round stud and the bar element as before. Now I mentioned that I would prefer to use a modified brick with 4 studs, and the reason is this. If I had 2 more studs on this side, I would take another quarter tile and place it over here, so that acts a bit of a design, looks a bit like a gear. And then I'll use these 1 by 1 tile pieces and place them at the back and on the side. In this way, it gives a bit more bulk to the arm, so this looks like the bicep and the shoulder, so it's a bit more muscular and it doesn't just look so squarish. But you work with the parts you have, but ideally if you have those parts, you'd want to get the modified bricks with 4 studs on the side and on top. For the head, you need the handle of a pail, which is a minifig accessory part. So this will act as the horns of the headpiece. You need a modified tile with clip on top, a modified brick with 4 studs all around and on top, 2 of these quarter circle tile pieces in black, a curved tile piece in light grey, a red 1x2 jumper plate, and a 1x2 black tile. So to build, you're going to place the head together by taking the main head, which is the modified brick, place the clip tile on top, place the pail handle into the clip. The silver curved tile acts as the face, and these 2 pieces just act as some kind of a design side helmet. The jumper plate in red goes underneath the head, and for the back you just want to cover the stud with the 1x2 tile, and there you have Voltron's head. Assembling Bodhran at this point should be quite straightforward. Just put the arms onto the bar across the torso and clip the legs onto the modified plate with open-ended bars, and finally place on the head with the appropriate sound effect. Okay, I didn't watch Bodhran as a kid, only watched Transformers, so that's the sound effect I think it makes. Now Bodhran is only 90% complete. You still need to create that back wing element, and for that you need these parts. 2 of these corner 3 stud plates, 2 cheese wedge pieces in black, a 1x2 plate, and 2 red 1x4 jumper plates and on the end you have a quarter circle towel on each end. Now I'm going to give you two alternate builds. This is the first one I came up with, and that's why I have this here as well. If you like, so remember, this is a stud with a circle that goes onto the back of the modified red bracket, and you could technically just put this here and then put this here, and you do get the wing design. This was my first build. Of course, one is on top of the other, so there's a slight offset in terms of the alignment of the wings. If that doesn't bother you, that's fine. Eventually I didn't go with this simply because it's a bit too fragile, because if you just touch it, it literally drops off. So here is my solution, and you can use either one depending on what you like to use. So this is where the corner 3 stud pieces or plates come in. You place that on either corner underneath the red bracket. Now you hold them in place with the 1x2 towel, so you're kind of interlocking them in place. Now with this design, the arms won't be able to turn up all the way. There's still some articulation, as you can see, but you can't go all the way up. So I want to cover this plate, or this stud on the plate over here, just so there's not so much studs exposed. So I'm using these cheese wedge pieces, so it gives it a nice flush angled look. And there's one exposed stud behind. The reason I don't put a towel here is if I put a towel, the arm won't even be able to move even more. So I just left the stud exposed, and since it's covered by the shoulders anyway, you can hardly see that stud. Now in this manner, I've created kind of an extension for the back, which allows me to put this here like that, and this one over here on either side of the top of that corner plate. And there you have the completed Voltron. One last thing, if you want your Voltron to stand, you would want to build a base. You just can't use regular plates just due to the size or the spacing between the legs. So you need to create an offset base like this. So this is a 2x4 plate with a 2x2 jumper plate, a 1x2 jumper plate, and a 1x2 towel. In this way, you will be able to stand this Voltron on the plate so that you can mount it in your LEGO store, or just as a display so it won't knock over so easily. One nice thing about this particular design is that you can also turn the knees just a bit, so there's a bit more angled articulation. It's not just a straight block, so that gives you a bit more dimension, and you can of course, you know, pose it, move the chest back just a bit in whatever way you want. And there you have finally the final display for Voltron. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial on my giant micro scale Voltron. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you can, share this video on social media, because I think there are a lot of people who might be interested to build this micro scale Voltron. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications. Talk to you soon.